everybody, how we doing today? Just fix that real quick. We're gonna do some painting tonight. Just a little bit here. I got the puppy down for a nap. My wife is watching him, so we got about 90 minutes or so it'll be a shorter stream today. We're gonna continue working on our frost giant. As you can see, there's still a lot of white in there, so we're gonna fix a little bit of that today. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, we got some more work on the frost giant we definitely got to get through here. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to mix up a little bit of Plaguebearer Flesh with Skeletal Horde, and a little bit of Griff Charger Gray with Snakebite Leather, just to kind of cut it down a little bit. It's a little intense. So we're going to grab our clean little inkwell thingy here. And let's start by just getting some Lanthium Medium in here. Hopefully this blue from the Griff Charger will help to show through, because we're trying to get a lot of the blue underkit theme going here. Hope everyone's week is going well. There we go, perfect actually. Actually, instead of the Plaguebearer, we will use a little bit of the Aethermatic Blue. It's a little too blue. There we go. And this color here is for these furs. So let's start getting in there. Start with the lighter tone. We're going to start that up here in the top sections. Oh, it's still a little too blue. So actually, let's throw a little bit of the Gorgonta fur in there. There we go. Then here with our darker shade, just gonna kind of come in from the side, yeah. And like usual with contrast paints, just gonna kind of go through and absorb the stuff that's pooling where we don't want it to necessarily pool up too much. Wipe it off here. What's a spritzy? I don't know what a spritzy is. Let's see if I have any Pokeballs. I do. I don't know what a spritzy is, but I do not have one. Hey Shadow, can you hear me alright? Is the music too loud? I just turned my own volume down. There we go. And there's our shoulders. can see here with the lanthanum medium in there, all this does is give our paint a little bit more time to dry. That is all. Gives us a little bit more working time with it. So we can really kind of blend these two mixtures of color together. Oh, Shadow, I asked, is my voice alright? Can you hear me alright with the... I had some issues balancing the sound. Okay, good. And I was like, oh, well, did I just not say that loud enough? Or is there an issue with the sound? Also, I am totally addicted to Monster Sanctuary. I've been playing it in pretty much all of my free time because it's great because I'm playing it on the Switch, so I can play it while I'm right there next to the puppy. Discussing D&D with a friend because you're finally alone. Who was with you? You should talk to them about the Verbeeg or the Frost Giants, so they're more commonly known. Okay, those look good. I'm gonna leave those in there for now, but we will need just some normal snakebite leather. We're gonna use that on these others, the more woven parts of his armor. And we're just gonna apply this one straight out of the pot. Oh, we have a huge pool of paint right here, which happens. Digging that, digging that. Yeah, I do really like that texture as well, that woven. Yeah, I'm definitely a huge fan of that. Okay. We're actually going to use that same snakebite leather. I'm also going to trim the rest of the armor bits here. Just like so. Okay. Oops. Last little bit here. Second to last little bit here, actually. Let me get this down there. Okay. Snover! Oh man, I should have thrown a frozen ball. I had those. Okay. Okay, here we go. So there we are. We are almost done with all of our base coats. Let's go ahead and get something down on his belt there. Oops. Get that off your horn. We're just gonna get rid of this. Gonna dump some paint out and wipe this thing down. Okay. Let's do some mummy robes for his little belt. Or do I want to do a really dark belt? I think I actually want to do a really dark belt. So we're going to use some dark stone instead. And the reason we're going to go with the dark belt is because the last thing we want is anyone's eyes going to his belt. So I usually do belts, unless it's a very focal point of the model. Those are usually a very dark and neutral thing. cat hair. Sorry, I know this isn't a super great angle for you guys, my bad. Such a big model. There we go. Put that in there. Okay, there we go. Good deal. So you're talking to your friend about D&D. What are you guys talking about? Campaign, upcoming stuff, plans? Okay. For this fur, I want it to be different than the fur below, so we're actually going to use just straight up Gore-Grunta fur for it. It's going to be fairly bright, but that's okay, because we want the eyes brought up to the top, and we can also tone it down a little bit. Oh, your DM is giving you a little bit of a redo on a session that went very, very poorly. That's fair. Three points to rewind at. Oh, that's fun. That way it's not just a total redo of the whole session. I like that, actually. Like if everything goes totally awry. Tell your D&D group I'm out of jobs. Tell them I'll paint their shit. I'll paint up their little characters for them. I'm still doing the Hero Forge stuff. If you send me the STL file, or if you design it and everything. I think, what did I say that was? That was 25. I'll 3D print it. I've done that for people in the past as well. I think that's a lot of fun because then they get to fully develop it, and then I just print it off here. I was nervous about doing it at first, but yeah. So 3 points to rewind. One is... Oh, okay. So you didn't tell me the 3 points. Okay. So what are the 3 points? The dead person saying something, probably whatever it was that you did before you blew up the game, and then the tertiary point of some kind. There we go. Now I'm a little bit less washed out. I don't know why I packed up that Gore-Grunta so like I was done with it. I never got that replacement part. This model, I just looked up and I saw it again. This is for a future samurai diorama I'm working on. This model's foot is super janked. And I put in the order to the company to get it replaced, but I just didn't ever get it actually. And I just looked over and I saw that, and I realized that was before everything happened, like with the dog and my grandmother and all that other stuff. Lots of stuff's happened last couple weeks. Which, speaking of, if anyone's watching this, there may be a slight hiatus in my stuff while I spend some time with family over the next couple weeks. We all really loved my grandmother, Janet. And unfortunately, she did pass on Thursday. So there's a lot going on. I'm driving up to see my parents. When they met, all of our extended family kind of lives in Cleveland, which is about 3.5 hours from where I live now, and they moved down here, so we're going to be going up there and spending some time with family. Oh, you can see into his shoulder here. I hate that. Should have filled that gap a little bit better, but that's okay. You guys can see what I'm doing. We're good. Yeah, because like everyone has those grandparents that, you know, well, I had some fuddy-duddy old Italian ones that every time I went there it felt like I took a step back in time 30 years. They were very old school, no technology. My grandmother and my grandma Ann, she never even had a driver's license. My grandpa John was, he was always a little bit of a funny guy. Very OCD. My grandpa Walt, I think growing up I was the closest to him. But some stuff, I mean, he made up for being a very terrible father and husband by being a very phenomenal grandparent to me. And then he kind of trailed off from there with my cousins, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm the only one that actually had any kind of semblance of a fond memories of him. Oh wait, oh, we have to catch this one because this is important. This is for the Pokemon. One sec. I'm gonna catch this Pokemon. Yes, which I did, and now I'm gonna read your messages, Shadow. Sorry. Okay. Let me get over so I can actually be in screen here. Close enough. Okay. And this is the campaign where you're playing the neutral cleric, correct? Or the evil catechief or something? Some alignment that I wouldn't trust a lot of people to play in the campaign correctly. Or at least play in the campaign in a way that would be fun for everybody. Okay. When Shadow's back, I'll put my opinions down there on that. Oh wow, I actually have a lot more viewers than I normally do. Hi everybody. That's really weird. Hi. I have 3. But there's a lot more users in chat. I don't know how this stuff works. But here's a frost giant. Alright, cool. I am happy with that fur. It's a little bit lighter. But here we are. Let me see if I can give you guys a... Just angle you up there, buddy. You want to look? You want to be in the camera? Yeah, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do his beard. He's just a big chunk of white in the middle of the model, and I'm kind of hating it. And how do I want to do his beard? Frost giant beard. I'm going to look that up, actually. Should just be a white beard, but white beards are actually tough to paint on a model. Damn it. I hate my phone sometimes. So I found a link that would link to a Pinterest page, and since I uninstalled Pinterest from my phone, it's still trying to open up the app, so I need to disable permissions or something. Okay. No, I want, let's see here. Let's do Frost Giant Painting. No. I'm not back. Pinterest. Oh no, not painting, art. If you're looking to paint miniatures, always look up art of the model that you're painting, because you're gonna get lots of really cool stuff, especially if you go to images and you search like fantasy art. You're gonna get a lot of really cool ideas and inspiration. Like that. There's our inspiration, guys. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Let's start with just some basilicalum gray. And let's throw a little bit of Griffcharger gray in. Actually, let's start with the Griffcharger gray. We can whiten everything up. We can lighten up the highlights and stuff a little bit if we want, which we probably will. But this is going to be like a little bit of blue in it. And we're actually going to put the hoodie on because it's a little cold. It's a little nippy in here. Time is it? 8:45. All right, we got time for this. Sorry, everybody. We're doing short streams, just whenever I have the time, between everything going on right now, and additionally some life stuff and we got a new puppy, some puppy stuff. There's just not as much time in my day, it feels. So we're gonna start with this. We'll see where we land. Making sure our brush is nice and wet, so this is nice and thin. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. weeks and months and parts of the year like this, then I'm very happy that I have my faith, which is Buddhism. Something to anchor me and just kind of stay very centered and aware of the temporary nature of all of the issues that I have and the problems that are going on in my life. I don't speak a lot about my faith, but I've been a practicing Buddhist for, well over a decade now. Oh my goodness. It's a while. Okay. Cool, and there's the base coat on our Frost Giant beard. It's still, it's a little bit blue, which is perfect. I love that. But it's also not just white, which is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. We have a little tiny dot of a speck of something in there. Where is my touch-up paint for the contrast paints? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. I had a Griff Charger somewhere. Oh, there it is. Gray Sear. It looked metallic because I spray painted some metallic on top of it. Back had a moth problem. Oh, okay. So my opinion on your situation. I would definitely go back as far as possible, given what happened. Because going back after, I mean, definitely not the third one, just going north instead of east. I mean, that's boring. I would definitely want to see what still happened. Talking to him, and then, you know, maybe you can kill him after. But also going all the way back to the tunnels could be fun as well. I'm a huge fan, so I have a bad habit of when I DM and stuff, I want my players to absolutely get every little bit of content out of it. And I play with I DM a couple of people that are kind of the same way, and we kind of have a little bit of an understanding that, you know, we're definitely going to get everything, so they don't need to constantly fret about, oh, was there something cool that we could do, that we could have done here that we didn't. I will definitely make it clear that there isn't. And I also, they like to really thoroughly explore every little bit. Like my wife, perfect example. She's in my D&D group, and when she plays a video game, she's like me. She always has like a guide as well. That's like, hey, here are all the collectibles and all the things you can find. So she doesn't miss anything. And I kind of help her by playing D&D. The person who commented during our game, he agreed he overstepped and was dead, so shouldn't have talked. Oh, wait. The person who died was a player. Oh, okay, now I understand. And you killed them? Wait. Oh, no. Oh, you didn't kill him. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Oh, so they died, but now they don't get to play? Oh, the last session was trying to revive him. Oh my god. That's so cool. His voice tried to speak to you from beyond the grave, but really shouldn't have. Running a real quick ad because I noticed that we're starting to get some people to come in, and I want to get the pre-roll off so people don't leave. Because I can't tell you the number of times that I've done it. I've gone to click on somebody's Twitch, and even though I know it's going to happen, that pre-roll ad, whatever the advertisement is, I get bored in that like 60 seconds and I leave. I can't tell you, like, at Twitch, like they gave us the option to run these ads, and they say, you know, X percentage of people leave before they even watch that initial ad when they pop your channel on. And at first I was like, nah, and then I started watching a little bit more Twitch. I'm like, oh, I can't tell you the number of times I've done that. Yeah, just dipped immediately. Yeah, so we're gonna get that out of the way real quick. They already made a new character, so we can't revive his old character, so he's coming in with his new. Ooh, oh, you're also bringing in a new character, Shadow? What's this character? Is this the dragon one? Which, speaking of, oh my god, I finally had to open an Etsy claim on that. I finally got the willpower to be like, I'm sorry, dude. I just do not understand at this point how your shop being on pause prevents you from completing orders that you've already had in arrears for over a month. I finally had to say that. I was like, I don't get it. I gotta be done now. Ooh, Artificer Human. I love Artificer. Artificer is probably one of my favorite of the newer classes. Although, I don't even want to say that because, like, I've read the D&D 3.5 book since I was like 12 years old, but this whole new subclass system makes it feel like there are tons of new classes. I absolutely adore it. And Artificer is kind of like a new class, but also the three different kind, you know, all the different variations on how to play all these classes feel like they're all new classes as well. I absolutely adore what they've done with 5th edition and the archetypes or whatever they're called. They're called something different for every class, but we kind of like, I think they're usually just referred to as subclasses. So I'm adding some skeletal horde to the to this bone feature thing that goes on his head and shoulder. Which, can you imagine how uncomfortable this would be to wear for any amount of time? I think this might have been intended to be something leather related, but it looked bony, so I painted it as bone. Look at the underside here as well. Okay, almost done. I make sure not to miss any parts of this in my haste. And I'm leaving the weapons to paint last because I need something to be able to touch while I'm like spinning the model around in my hand and all that other good stuff. Need some more paint. Yes, I am so excited for the new D&D edition. I cannot tell you, like, I am so pumped. Oh my god. She is chaotic good is what you're thinking of aiming for. Awesome. I love chaotic good characters, or lawful good. I live my life a lot like a lawful good paladin, to the chagrin of my wife sometimes, but yeah, definitely I love that. Well, I didn't get the Bronzog, but I actually love the Bronzog that I have. The Bronzong I have. Yeah, and I'm a little bit hyperactive too, but I think people usually think of chaotic as just like all over the place, but it can really just be like, I think the best one I found is like, what does your character do when they find a wallet on the ground? It's one of the best explanations of ligament alignment that I've ever heard. Because I'm crazy hyperactive, and I'm definitely a lawful good person. I'd like to think I'm chaotic good and a little bit more interesting, but nah. I have a little bit too much stoic resolve of when bad things happen to be that. Hopefully this Friday when I stream, we're gonna break out the airbrush and we're gonna do some bigger stuff. We're gonna prep out the big giant blue dragon as a celebration for hitting 50 followers on Twitch. Very, very late, but that's okay. Right, take the wallet, take things out, and make the wallet into skin for her mechanical breasts. Beasts! Mechanical beasts. Not breasts. Mechanical beasts is what we would use the wallet for. Oh god. That would probably be chaotic neutral. Chaotic good, in my opinion, would probably be they take the gift cards out of the wallet and then they give it to the local authorities. Oh no, kind of good character would probably definitely bring all the money back, but would ask for a reward maybe? They would ask if there was a reward first, yeah. And then they would give the wallet back either way. Or maybe assess the situation. Like if the person had like a very expensive fancy credit card in there, they'd probably take some money out. Okay, I think we're good there. Chaotic neutral. Yeah, chaotic neutral is kind of where most people would end up falling anyway. Most people's D&D characters, as well as most people in life, would probably fall into chaotic neutral as well. All right, there we go. We're almost there. I cannot wait to actually do like his skin and stuff on these biceps and his face. Oh, we missed a spot. Time is it? Okay, about 9 o'clock. All right, just a little bit more time. Just perfect. Just got a little bit more I want to get done. Would have pickpocketed the wallet unless someone was watching. If someone was watching, you do the right thing grudgingly. Okay. And this is something I was kind of putting off because I didn't want to paint over stuff, but we're going to do it now. We're going to use some Monster Brown and we're going to paint these, our bracer thingies. Kind of like Dexter, a serial killer, but one who's organized and doesn't want to get caught. Well, I think most serial killers don't want to get caught, but he doesn't want to get caught because he knows that he has other things to do and he's not, you know, totally useless for society. So this is a little light, but that's okay. We're going to be adding a wash to this. Not tonight, because we won't have time, but thank you all so very much for watching my stream today. You know, things have been hectic. I have planned out my next YouTube video, but it's going to be a little bit before I get the chance to actually sit down and record everything and get all that done. I really appreciate it. Actually, screw it. We're just going to paint the whole thing here, I think. If we overpaint a little bit here on this bracer, it's no big deal. It's going to be a leather thing under there anyway. I don't know what's up with that, but I hate it. It's not on the other hand. Okay. It's fine. Definitely more selfish than Dexter. Yeah. But yeah, Shadow, thank you so very much for the recommendation on Monster Sanctuary. I'm actually super looking forward to finishing it up. I'm almost done with the first playthrough. Very much looking forward to the New Game Plus, continuing on with a much different team. I put a ton of time and effort into it. Basically all of the time that I spent with instead of doing good enough painting and all the effort and stuff that went into here into the channel. Oh, how did you finish it? Basically, again, yeah, all the time that I would be spending on doing stuff for like my YouTube and my Twitch and all the other behind the scenes stuff with the Etsy and all that, I've been playing that game, and as well as, yeah, pretty much any of the free time that I had, I have to spend upstairs now, whether it be like with the puppy, with my wife, all that other stuff, which, don't get me wrong, love doing both of those. So I've just been playing games with my phone or... Oh, you get stuck and frustrated in the puzzles. Yeah, the puzzles can be a little bit frustrating. Honestly, I didn't want a puzzle game, so I just have been looking up how to get past all the puzzles on the internet. And I'm probably pretty close to 40-something hours on my game. I got my team's mostly at level 40, and I'm just kind of going through and collecting stuff before I start a New Game Plus. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, 40 is max. But once you get to once you're not able to level up your guys anymore, and this is kind of what happened to me, once I wasn't able to just level them up to make fights easier, I started having to put more thought and care into what was going on with my team. Because before that, it was just the Phoenix starter, the Manticore, and like someone else, third person that was filling in. Now I have to actually like put more thought into my team, which I had a lot of indecision. I tried out all the starters, I loved them all, but I liked the Phoenix the best because, actually no, I won't say that, because I didn't like the Frog. I started with the Frog. Oh, who is your team? It's pretty OP. I've been definitely, I got much more into buffing and debuffing my team. I mean, buffing my team and debuffing the opponent's team. It's kind of definitely the way to go end game stuff. Once you're not able to just level up anymore and get like OP. And you don't have to actually tell me like how they're built and stuff. Dark Quillian, yep. Light Spectral Wolf, nice. And Light Fire Moth. Yeah, I like the Fire Moth as well. I'm leveling up the Unicorn because I really like the sheer volume of charge stacks that it gets. And for those of you that don't know, this is a game on the Switch. It's called Monster Sanctuary. It's definitely a lot of fun. You should check it out. Newer developers, and they've been constantly working on new content and stuff. So I think we should hopefully see new stuff soon. There is a PvP, but it's kind of like Pokemon. where you can totally, I didn't even realize there was PvP in it. So it's not like mandatory. You build a team of monsters, there's a big story. Definitely a lot of fun. And it has a ton of replayability. I'm definitely going to be playing through it at least 4 times so I can get all the starters. Okay. So with my last little bit of time here, what I'm doing is I'm fixing where we accidentally thought this was his skin and painted it blue when it was in fact his bracers. That's just what we're doing with our last little bit of time here together. Again, thank you all very much for joining the stream. I look forward to many conversations with many of you in the future. I genuinely appreciate every little bit of time that any of you have ever given me. That's looking good. Got a little bit of touch up to do under there, but that's just some wildwood. All right. I guess we'll get this edge. If any of you ever want something painted, hit me up. I do offer special pricing to those that watch me on Twitch. For example, this is while I'm painting it, this is at the $25 mark. When it goes up on Etsy, it'll probably be $30. The model costs $16, so you get probably about 12 hours of my time for just $9. How cool is that? You love your Quillian. Yeah, and yeah, PvP is not for me. It's just too much. Same thing goes for even back in the day with Pokemon. Not my life. Not my jam. Although this game, if you do like PvP and you liked Pokemon PvP, this would kind of be a good one, because it is very similar, but you also don't have to fret too much about your IVs and all that good stuff. All right. That was nowhere near tall enough. I'm a frost giant. I'll just hold it. That's fine. Currently stuck in the underworld. Oh yeah, that's a tough area. We got some washes to do. We definitely have a long way to go on him. We have about, I think, 6 or 7 hours in on him right now. Probably got another at least 6 or 7 more to go. But we've gotten almost all of our base coats down. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. I'm very excited. All right. Anyway, remember everybody, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're doing, oh, perfect. If you put the best parts of yourself in anything that you make and everything you say and you do, it's always going to be good enough. Anyway, you all have a great rest of your day. Let's see if I catch this Pokemon. Little Twitch chat game. We'll see what happens. We don't have anyone to raid. Nobody that I follow or watch is currently streaming. So I think I'm just going to say goodnight, everybody. And thank you all very much. And